Okay, that took a minute. Sorry about that, but Windows decided that they needed to do like 5 updates today, so that took a second. All right, so what we're trying out today is something that came up a little bit a long time ago, and now a viewer of the channel and another Discord member suggested that he was having success with, which is Adventurous Impulse. This card is very similar to Oath of Nisa, if you guys remember. But in our deck is basically a strict upgrade because Oath of Nisa is a different card type for Tarmogoyf. So if they happen to like Inquisition and Oath or whatever, it actually grows their Goyfs. And it gives us no without running any planeswalkers. It really, like, the passive ability is not really relevant whatsoever. We also don't have any planeswalkers on our deck, so even though Oath of Nisa can get planeswalkers and Adventurous Impulse cannot, it's not relevant for our deck. So the idea of playing Impulse is that by playing cantrips we can play a smaller land count. You will see that we are actually running 27 lands today instead of 28. And that is a pretty huge difference actually. As everybody knows, this deck is ridiculously mana hungry. So running only 27 lands, makes me a little bit uneasy. But hopefully, I mean, we'll see if the Turbo Xerox concept works in Amulet too, right? And now we're gonna have 7 different 1-mana cantrips that will get us closer to like, either finding a land if that's what we need, or a threat if that's what we're looking for. A threat or an Azusa maybe, so we can like Impulse on turn 2, and so we can play Azusa on 3, or stuff like that. Oh, I totally forgot. The other thing that I was thinking is running Emrakul the Promise and in the sideboard for the control matchup. Seems a little bit weird, but I kind of want to try it out. The issue is that I have no idea what to take out. Maybe Tracker? Because I mean Tracker is my other control card. I mean let's do it for the memes, I guess, right? We'll see if it works. And then if it doesn't work, that's perfectly fine. Amulet Impulse. Okay. Let's go. Jeez, 4 trophies already? Well, I guess... Yeah, I guess it was last week's that this started, so it's fine. It makes sense. But yeah. I have not played a single match of Modern since... I've been playing 2-mans with with freaking mono blue Tron. That deck is... I hate it, but that deck is actually quite fun. It's fine. I guess I can still hate on mono green Tron while playing mono blue Tron. They are very different decks, so it's fine. But damn. That deck is kind of cool. Alright, let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, this thing's been happening yesterday. Yeah. That's a keep. Turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 hope we draw another land. If we don't draw another land, I think it's very interesting though. Do we bounce the forest or do we bounce the garrison? Because if we find an Azusa, then keeping the garrison in hand sounds like a pretty good deal. Kind of sucks that we have, you know, the pact in the opener. This is more often than not, and by more often than not, I mean you never want this card in your opening hand. Even if you're playing against control, like this is a dead card that you want to draw later in the game. It's like drawing a Nullmog or something. You don't really want that. But yeah, so the reason for trying out Emrakul is that this is a real trump card against control decks. Basically, we're gonna go real long, and if we manage to, even if they manage to counter the Emrakul, it just doesn't matter, because still in their turn is just insanely powerful. Oh, I totally forgot to. Where's the Stream Decker? That's a good draw. My decks. I'm gonna go ahead and upload the Emrakul in the sideboard, because that was like a change that I did before I took the picture. So edit Emrakul, the promised end, and we took out a tireless tracker. Sweet. Alright, so now the now the list should be correct. It's not correct in my Twitter post, but that's fine, whatever. Okay. So this part is the easy part, right? Now it's the hard part. I think we don't get greedy and we just do this. Just play Ballista on 2. If our opponent is on Storm, this will basically count as interaction. That's okay. Explore. Remand is fine. Alright, so apparently our opponent is on some kind of Blood Moon deck of sorts, which really sucks for us. Don't Blood Moon me, bro. Don't Blood Moon me. Okay, cool. Here we can actually so I play Gemstone, play one land, play a second land, and we can play Primetime with Pact Backup. The thing is, do we win if I do that? Or I'm gonna be short on mana. So I get Vesuva and Garrison, and copy Garrison, so that's gonna be 4, that's gonna be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus the Ballista. Yeah, so this is actually lethal. So land 1, land 2, bounce, land 3. It's kind of awkward that I need to leave these in play, right? Do I need to leave that in play? Yes, because I need to use the Gemstone Mine for mana. So I think I just bounce the Forest. So I can do this. Amulet Titan. Alright, that was easy. this. Boom. Boom. I think I kind of want Emrakul in this matchup. If we go to like the super late game where we tend to go against Blue Moon, yeah, I'm gonna be doing this. You guys cannot stop me. Okay, so these are the cards that I want. To be fair, in this matchup, I would also be bringing in the tracker, so I guess Emrakul didn't really change that. Let's take a couple of packs out. One of the amulets can also come out. One of the prime times can come out. We can do -1 Asusa, and damn it. I guess I'm gonna take. Usually in this kind of matchup, I take out 1 land, so I guess that we can take out that Adventurous Impulse. It would be insane if we managed to like. Guess I'll keep. Just like the upside is just so high. That's another blue source. Okay, so I definitely want to. I think I'm gonna play Ghost Squatter, and I'm gonna play the Amulet of the Ghost Squatter. The reason I'm playing the Ghost Squatter first is that I think I'm gonna play the Teleria second, and then the Gemstone. And if anything goes awry, aka my opponent plays a Blood Moon, I can Ghost Squatter my own Gemstone in order to upgrade this. Shadow is pretty sure, whatever, that's fine. That's a good draw. It's a pretty good draw right there. What do I want to destroy? Guess I'm gonna do this. Play the Gemstone. Whoops. What's up, Shauna? We're just trying out some new things today. A lot of new things today, which is pretty sweet. Finally, some other. Thanks for the cheer. Thanks for the cheer. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, we played Modern. I mean, I guess I wasn't around over the weekend, so I maybe kind of felt like a longer than usual break. But yeah, we played Legacy on Thursday, and we played Legacy yesterday. So here I think it's pretty straightforward. We just get the Cavern. That's all we're really missing. Oh, my opponent might have Breach, actually. Didn't think about that. They have Through the Breach. This is a little bit annoying, but I think it's fine. I think we're okay. I imagine that Steam Vents, that a Cryptic will bounce one of my tap lands here. Yep, that's fine. I don't mind this. I mean, I'm gonna probably do this again because I already have a tap land in play. So, although I guess if my opponent bounces this, I don't care as much. I'm just gonna play this on home now. Imagine the Snapcaster bounce is gonna be what happens here, which is a little bit frustrating. No, okay, just nothing. Okay. Okay. All right. I am a little bit overly excited about this. Yes, giant, 1 green, 1 green. This is my Titan. My Titan's amazing. First things first, I think I'm gonna get. I already have I already have a blue, a Tolaris in hand, and I have blue sources. I'm trying to think. I'm getting for sure one forest, and I'm trying to think whether I should get a bounce land or just more normal lands. The reason for this is that I want to make it to I guess 11 mana. So even if through a blood moon, I want to make sure that I'm making all my land drops so I can tighten my opponent, so I can emrakul my opponent. I mean, I guess I get two basic forests. They can bolt, snap bolt the Titan, but that's fine. I mean, it could be worse, I guess. Oh, they just did nothing? Oh, I don't like this. Okay. That part is fine. You still need to deal with this opponent. Still need to deal with this guy. Right here. This guy. Attack. Okay. Yes. Another forest, and now I can get a semi-growth without necessarily bouncing my land, which is pretty sweet. They take 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, this is so great. I'm just so amused by what's about to happen. We'll leave this in hand. I think I don't even play the Sage here. I think I just hold this. My opponent will bounce my primetime EOT, and I don't want them to use that to counter my Sage, so I think we just pass the turn here. They will bounce. No? Oh, my opponent's so dead, it's insane. Opponent, why are you so dead? That blood moon is cute. It's a cute blood moon right there. It's a cute blood moon. It would be pretty bad if I were to cast this guy. Oh, I'm loving this already. Oh, I'm loving this already. This is freaking this is amazing. Alright, counter draw. You got it. More threats coming your way, my friend. Swing for one. Alright. Let's see what you got, opponent. Let's play that turn. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. They are playing Breach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I cannot play the Breach and remand it, which is unfortunate, and replay it. I think I just waste the Breach, and that's it. Yeah. I can't even do that much damage. Man, opponent, why is your hand so bad? Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be it. So they have Remand and Scalding Tarn. They drew an opt. Good old opt into opt into opt. 6. So they cannot like actually counter my Ballista or my Sage. Okay, that's the turn we knew about. Dillion click? Sure. You're not gonna like what you see. You're not gonna like what you see here. Yep. No, I cannot because there's the Blood Moon in play. Malco, man. That's why I didn't play the Tarn. The Tarn. But yeah, but thanks for pointing that out. I didn't mention it. Oh my god, I love this deck so much. I love this deck so much. Okay, sequencing. I think we just get Rurik here. I think the Blood Moon is hurting my opponent more than it's hurting us. Because they just don't have access to the blue mana. We cannot ED on 2. Alternatively, we can go get a Prime Time. But I think Rurik is just better. Their hand is a remand. Their hand is a remand. Opponent is of course tilting in chat. I tapped wrong there, but I honestly think I'm thinking that I don't want to enable my opponent's counter spells. Nah, I think I just blow it up. I think I just blow it up. I mean, they just have a remand anyway, right? Cool. That's it. They fetch an upkeep. I guess they can have like Cryptic into... No, they cannot have Cryptic into something else. Well, that was a good way to start the stream. That was a pretty sweet way to start the stream. I'm not gonna complain about that. We just casually beat 2-0 one of our absolute worst matchups. Yep. Feels good, man. Blue, red, breach. Actually 96, 47. Yeah, Emmy's not messing around. Emmy's this card. This we cannot keep that. Okay. Alright, this is pretty hot. We probably bottom this. We're looking for an Azusa or something like that. Or more bounce lands. It's the other option. What's up, GD Coltre? She's Argentina. Yo. To be fair though. I am, even though I'm wearing this shirt right now, I am a very fake Argentinian. I am a very bad this is rough. I think I play Impulse and I try to find another bounce land. That counts. Whew, that was a close one. And we do this, we bounce this, and we play Sakura Tribe, and we pass the turn. No, I just love Brazil though. I went, like, when I was in school, I just fell in love with Brazilian music, and dude, I was just so into Brazilian stuff. Just really into Brazilian stuff all around. I put in Dredge without having a second land drop. That seems absurdly greedy. No, there's actually a card that is legit good in Dredge now. By the way, I'm just making my opponent waste their time. They are dead. They are very, very dead. Garrison Stronghold. But yeah, there's basically a card that got printed in the latest set, which I um oh yeah, dude. There's so much interesting Brazilian music going on. I felt oh no, not so much bossa. I mean, bossa is great. Don't get me wrong, but what I really fell in love with was like Brazilian jazz. There's this Brazilian drummer that's called Kiko Freitas, which is ridiculous. He's insane. He's one of my favorite drummers, and I was really into him. Then there's this other one called Edu Rivero, who's also insane. Explosives is bad here. Tormod script is really good. We got a couple of sweepers. We maybe might want Bailoff, but I think all of our other cards are better, so I'm just gonna submit this. And there was just I was playing in this Brazilian percussion group. That was just a ton of fun. I was playing the snare, and yeah, and I studied a lot of Brazilian music and um, all that kind of stuff, and it was just a ton of fun. I'm also a big fan of Portuguese as a language, and the what am I trying to say here? Oh, the man, I lost my train of thought. I saw this incredible hand, and I was like, yeah, this hand is great, keep it, and I totally forgot what I was saying. This happened to me. I'm pretty bad at multitasking. Damn it. What was I talking about? How I was playing in this Brazilian percussion group, and what else? Oh yeah, Portuguese as a language. I'm a big fan of Portuguese, and I learned a little bit just by talking to friends. I had a lot of Brazilian friends that I would just like talk in Portuguese to, and they would answer back in Portuguese. So I at one point I could have, like, I was able to have a conversation with other person in Portuguese. Now, unfortunately, all of that is long gone, which is really sad. But yeah. Actually, Eloy Casagrande is playing with Pantera right now, right? That's pretty sick. And yeah, Angra is awesome. Big fan of Angra. Damping Sphere in the sideboard? Dredge your opponent, what are you doing? And they have Loam and Imp. Okay, so they're gonna loam back a mountain. That's all the legal targets. It's kind of shitty that they just dredge a grudge like the first time through. So this guy's not really gonna be doing much from now. For now, I mean. Mountain. Alright. Did I say that Amulet was not gonna be doing much? Maybe double Amulet is gonna be doing some. Okay, so sequencing. Always think about sequencing. We play Amulet. We play land. We play another Amulet where I only have access to 5 mana. Yep, this is just not good enough. So what we do is we play Ghost Squatter and we pass the turn. Hopefully my opponent will dredge again. And if they do, they die. That's pretty straight. That's pretty straightforward right there. Yeah, they dredge. I guess now they can kill my Tribe Scout, which is a little bit annoying. No blocks, sir. No blocks. No blocks. And play the mountain. So they have Imp and Loam in hand. Okay, they loamed. Yeah, they're dead. Loam, Foothills, and Stomping. Okay, EOT, do this, bounce this. So here we play this was a really bad draw actually. Okay, so my opponent still has the Grudge and they kept that green mana here. What did we trim for Impulse? We trimmed I was playing the Hornet Queen in the main deck, which I moved back to the sideboard. I was playing a 28th land, now we're only playing 27, and we were playing the 3rd Explorer. So that's what we trimmed. Okay, so I play the first Amulet. My opponent grudges it. I play the second Amulet. How do I want to sequence my lands? Okay, so we start with play Amulet. Oh, we can actually go off in response. Yeah, this is very, very interesting. Okay, check this out, guys. So I'm going to play the Amulet of the Ghost Squatter. Okay, so the Amulet's gonna come down. I'm going to play in this as my land for turn, copying the Gruul Turf. The Amulet trigger will go on the stack. With the Amulet trigger on the stack, my opponent will grudge the Amulet, okay? And with the grudge on the stack, I'm going to flash in the Boros Garrison with the Amulet still in play. So I am going to be able to play around my opponent's stuff and make it up to 6 mana so I can cast Primetime. And this is, I think, the only possible way that we can achieve this. Only if we play and we sequence our cards in this exact way. So this is very interesting, actually. So we play Amulet. We play Vesuva, copy Gruul Turf. Triggers on the stack. My opponent will grudge the Amulet in response. I guess he's... Yeah, my opponent did not see the line. I guess it's better for my opponent to let this resolve, which is really weird to say. But we actually are able to sequence things. So I guess that was kind of like a way to... I kind of leveled my opponent right there. Bounce this. Now Amulet dies. Second trigger. Boom. Got him. And now we Primetime, and we get Bojuka Bog plus Blue Source. We already have a bounce land in hand, so I probably want to... Yeah, I guess I want to get a Blue Source so I can bounce the Bog and replay it next turn. Yeah, it's very interesting that it was actually correct. It was actually correct for my opponent to not grudge me there, which is really weird to say, right? But it was actually correct for my opponent not to grudge me there. They should have let the stuff go. Okay, so I could block either one here, but that opens me up to Lightning Axe. So I cannot lose this game, basically. If I untap with this Amulet Titan, I cannot lose this game. So I don't think it's worth to like open myself up to Lightning Axe. There's just no reason. So I have perfect information of their hand now. Yes, Andre Cooper, that's exactly what I was saying. My opponent was actually they could have played around what happened to them, but they didn't. So I guess I can stare here. At this point, I think there's more value in me holding up instant speed bog. Oof, we almost whiffed there. We kind of whiffed actually. There's no need for that. I can actually go get Tolaria West and double strike land, and we should be fine, right? I can just the imp dies, and then I just bog it away. Yes, we can get Tolaria plus Sun Home. What's going on here? Oh, my mouse wheel got stuck. So he can block if he wants. Let's do some of this. I just think that the Tribe Scout is still kind of valuable in this board, so I don't want to blow it away. Although maybe I'm just overvaluing this dude. I think I messed it up right now. I think I messed it up. I should have. Oh no, we're still fine. We're still fine. We're still fine. So play this. Play Vesuva as my land for turn. Copying Gruul Turf. We untap. I'm gonna bounce Tolaria. Oh no, that's when I made a mistake. I'm so stupid. I should have played the Vesuva off the Tribe Scout, so I can blow it up, and then as my land for turn, I just play the Bojuka Bog. Yeah, that was bad. All right, so I did things exactly the opposite way that I wanted to do them. No, I don't think they contain us anyway, but I have a substantially better play available to me that I didn't take, and there was no reason for me to do that. At this point, I take my extra land drop. And I bog the imp, I guess, so they cannot dredge and like somehow get everything. But yeah, that one right there was a very bad mistake. That was just bad for me. And I know their hand is Wooded Foothills, Stomping Ground, and Loam, right? Now we have 6. GD Coltrane, okay. What I did wrong is I played the Vesuva as my land for turn, okay? So if I had played the Vesuva off the Sakura Tribe Scout, I float the mana, okay? And I float the mana just like I did. I had green, red, and blue floating because of the clearways that I bounced. And I can Fire Spout, kill both of his dudes and the Scout, and then I can play Bog as my land for turn, not only exiling their Imp, but also exiling their Price Amalgam and their Bloodghast. So that's what I did wrong, and that's how I messed up the sequencing. So we 2-0'd Dredge. By the way, Dredge being again in the metagame, it's insane for us, because the Dredge matchup, as you guys just saw, is very, very, very easy. I think Dredge might be, like, hands... It probably is our just best matchup overall. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. We won the first game against Blue Moon, of all things. Blue Moon with Through the Reach. The Through the Reach Emrakul combo. And we Emrakul'd my opponent, and then we slammed the Rurik Thar that won the game. It was pretty sweet, actually. Okay, I'm gonna play Gemstone Mine. Ooh, that's a good one. Try to find a Susa. It's a good one. Ooh, Prime Time is also pretty good, and this gets us closer to a bounce land. Oh, this is Living End. Dude, Emrakul is great. Emrakul is there as a control trump card, basically. Steerings is pretty sick there. Oh my god, just... Okay, so no bounce lands. We went through the top 20 cards of our deck. Haven't found a bounce land yet. Let's kill those Minotaurs. Minotaurs? Minotaurs? Minotaurs, right? Yeah, I think it's just fine, man. I just think Steerings is okay. Impulse. Alright, we're con-tripping. Let's see if we find... Still no bounce land. Still no freaking bounce land. That's pretty hilarious. Now there's a Fulminator in play, so I'm not so hot. I'm not feeling so hot about the bounce land anyway. I probably want to transmute for it anyway, so my opponent's forced to blow it up next turn. And actually I'm able to bounce the Bojuka Bog. Also, I could just go get a Pact of Negation here. I think getting Simic Chamber is just better. Aha! My opponent saw it coming. They're like, nope, I don't want you bouncing no no Bojuka Bogs. They have another Fulminator? Well, that's gross. Oh. That one we actually can beat. That one we can beat, actually. Oh, Living End. Oh, why did we draw that? Okay, that was the absolute worst draw we could have ever had. Damn it. We drew the absolute worst card possible. One. Bounce. I think my opponent is just simply setting up a Living End here. That's why they play the ape. 2 and 3. Because I expect another Fulminator to be coming down, I probably want to bounce the Gemstone. I guess. But I'm gonna get 2 non-bounce lands here, so I don't get blown out by another Fulminator. So I can get... Dolaria West and gemstone mine, right? So if my opponent has a living end, they blow up my board, and I can still pay for... my pacts. I'm gonna lose a gemstone though, which is pretty shitty. So if I get Tolaria plus another Simic, I can transmute here for a blue pact. And if my opponent they cast Living End and they blow up one of my Simic growths, yeah, I think I'm gonna play around this. Going to take this chance. They blow up this, and I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana to pay. Or alternatively, I can bounce the gemstone. I think bouncing the gemstone is actually better here, which makes me look stupid because I floated all that mana, but that's fine. I think this is actually better. The reason for that is that if my opponent actually Living Ends, I cannot pact it, of course, and that will put me behind one land drop because my gemstone mine's gonna die. And because of that, I want to make sure that even if my opponent gets back a Fulminator and they kill my Simic growth, I'm still able to pay for pact. Yeah, so they're gonna blow up my... yeah. I'm still able to pay for pact now. Please don't tell me they have another Simian Spirit Guide. Yep. Okay, so now I'm actually dead. But I don't think I could beat this. There was no way that I could beat this, so... okay, we got got. We got Spell Pierces, yes, thank you. Pact of Negation is fine. Tormod Script, yes, too. Good to know about the what's his name? Beast Within. I think what we did was perfectly fine. It's just, it was extremely unlucky that we drew the absolute worst possible draw in the Slayer Stronghold. If we had drawn any other card in our like 40 something cards left, we would have been able to haste the Primetime and attack with it, which would have allowed us to have enough land drops so we can survive double strip mine basically. But I mean, we just got wrecked. Ruric Thar, it's basically a 12 mana. This is basically quadruple Lava Spike. Rimai-san, ¿cómo va? ¿Todo bien? Yeah, I would imagine they play some amount of Beast Withins, but it's not standard. Some people play the Beast Withins, some people don't. Sometimes they also play Blood Moons, but I don't even know whether I should play around Blood Moon here. I'm not gonna play Ruric. All of my other cards are just better than Ruric. Yep, let's go with this. Sure. It's a little bit on the slow side, but it's fine. No need to expose the crypt yet, too. I'm only gonna play this on turn 3 after my opponent has cycled a couple of dudes. Again, no need to do anything yet. I don't think my opponent can actually afford to play Damping Sphere. Because Damping Sphere also affects their combo. They don't play as many lands either. They play like 19 lands or something. So I'm not going to put my opponent on Damping Sphere. I think they could very easily be playing Blood Moon, that's for sure. But I really, really doubt that they are playing Damping Sphere. What they can do though is they could be playing Cross and Grip, and if they're playing Cross and Grip and they blow up my Tormod Script with a Cross and Grip, I That could be really, really bad for me. So depending on what they do, I might need to use this proactively. Okay, so this is gonna be the turn where I play out the Tormod script. And I guess I could play Azusa here, but there's really no reason for me to. I think just playing out the crypt is fine. We're playing the control game. I imagine, yeah, they have the evoke, dude. Let's see if they, man, they are smart. They order their triggers correctly. Fulminator? Well, that's messed up. Azusa? Steerings, okay. One, two, three, four. Actually, I think I get Tolaria and I transmute for a blue pact. No, that's just no way that's correct. We're just playing the slow game. Kind of shitty to play the slow game against the Fulminator mage, but it is what it is. My opponent played very well game 1 though. Sure. Alright, still doing this. Imagine now my opponent's gonna cycle a bunch of things, and then on their next turn they will actually blow up a couple of my lands and then do more stuff. X-Merc X707, thanks so much for the subscription. I really appreciate it. That is awesome. Let's put some. Let's make some Titans in the chat, shall we? Sick. All right. Thanks a lot for the support. I guess this is pretty bad for me. Yep. 18 cards. What? I want to see the 18 cards. Let me see the 18 cards, please. Shriekmaw. Good to know about that one. Okay, at this point we need to start making a move. At this point we're just a little bit too far behind, so I think we need to pact for Azusa here. It's very unfortunate that we just drew all the pacts and none of the Azusas, but we also didn't draw any of the scouts. Scout is very, very good in this matchup. But yeah, sometimes they make it hard. That's what she said, I guess. Alright, again, I'm dead to double land destruction spell. And they already have one in play. So Beast Within kills me, second Fulminator kills me, and I guess that another Living End also kills me. No blocks. No blocks. Thank you very much. If they have the kill, this is just a mean slow roll. They have the kill. Alright. GG's. GG's. We were just a little bit too slow, and my opponent just had a little bit too much land destruction. Which happens. I still think that Living End, it's a pretty good matchup overall. But sometimes you lose to your good matchups, and sometimes you beat Blue-Red Frutovich, right? So I'm not... I think that at that point we just cannot play around stuff anymore. We're just so far behind. Yeah, we are. Maybe I should have mulliganed. I just don't think that's a mulligan though. I feel like with Adventurous Impulse and like with so many cantrips, I think that it was. I think it was worth a keep. Like, what's the like our deck was all gas, right? But we somehow drew only lands. But yep, it is what it is. It is what it is. I think that it was fine, and we played. I think I'm happy with the plays I make, basically. Plays I made. I think that at that point, after my opponent resolved the Living End, we just cannot really afford, especially with they just have Fulminator sitting there, right? We just cannot. We just cannot, you know, just hope that they actually have a clock, basically. They actually have a clock, and it's not slow at all. Sure. This is an okay hand. I like this. I like this hand. We're playing against Kylari, who is 1-0. Burn? I guess this isn't an amazing hand against Burn specifically. If they are Titan Shift, this hand is reasonable. So we'll see if they float. No, they're on some version of Burn. I guess that's not bad. Helps us find more lands, and hopefully because they're playing Nakatl, they are not playing Searing Blaze. It would be awesome if they are not playing Searing Blaze. Oh, they're playing... Unfortunately, I think I take 4 here. I know I can blow it up next turn, but it's just possible that my opponent just, you know, doesn't do anything. Oh, I'm so good at this game. Just so good at this game. Alright. There's an aggro. There's a 1-drop aggro? Which 1-drop aggro is it? Adventurous Impulse into Colony Garden. Yes, please. Thank you very much. And now we're in a very, very good spot. We have a... We don't even need to chump with this scout, and we have a prime time coming down next turn. We even have interaction to kill all of their dudes. Gonna go ahead and say that we're in a reasonably good spot here. Still at 11. Play more 1-drops for me, opponent, please. Belt Collector. Oh yeah, it's like a new experiment one, right? This is pretty insane, actually. Like 2 times where I drew the absolute worst card in my deck. This is astounding. Okay, so we still can prime time, so I'm not worried. It's just weird. Okay, so we fetch prime time, we play Stronghold, and we flash in the Boros Garrison from the Scout. We fetch Vesuva plus Vesuva on Garrison plus Toleria, I guess, or we can also fetch Radiant Fountain. So let's start here. I guess I'm gonna bounce the Kalni because I'm gonna be using the Vesuva to copy the Boros Garrison already. Okay. Alternatively, I suspect that it's very likely that my opponent has double bolt in their hand. Yeah, it's actually pretty likely that they have double bolt in their hand. So I'm gonna be doing this, and I'm gonna be fetching Toleria and Radiant Fountain instead. Just playing around double bolt seems like it's the only way that we lose this game. If we just leave ourselves with no... We actually get to play this on 1 as well. And we can fetch, like we can like throw down a Kalni, like if my opponent decides to like go into an all-out attack or whatever. That was pretty good. That felt nice. That felt real nice. There's no way they're playing Blood Moon, which is good for us. Bringing them up raids. They actually might be playing Deflecting Palm, so I might want that in. I definitely want my Fire Spouts though. Converted mana cost. We can trim off this. We can probably trim on one of those. Trim on one Azusa. Bye bye Ballista. Probably shave. Now we can shave another one of the pacts. Now pact gets Baloth. I think we can do this. Shave one prime time. It's very possible that I should leave the Adventurous Impulse in and shave a land in this matchup, probably Bojuku Bog. I'm just so hesitant to do something like that. Like going down to 26 seems so low. Yeah, I'm expecting Atarka's command for sure. I would imagine that they are running command 100%. And probably the full playset. Just what are the chances that I find myself in a situation where I don't have red mana and I really wish one of these simple... I mean, if I'm trimming Bog, this is probably correct actually. I wonder if they have Eidolon. That's I guess the big question. If they have Eidolon, it would make me sideboard differently. But I just don't think it's very likely that they have Eidolon. So I have like a shit ton of chump blockers. I have some cantrips, like a lot of cantrips actually, and I have a way to kill their dudes. It's probably a keep. I imagine they're playing with Burning Tree Emissary and like Bushwhacker, right? I'm expecting that from them. Experiment 1. Yeah, that one's fine. Damn. How good can a person be at this game, huh? I'm honestly not sure though whether I want to... Vexing Devil. Now this is a very, very interesting one. I think I take 4 here. I'm not gonna be able to kill this before it deals me any damage. Unless I draw double amulet and I blow up both of my amulets. So yeah, I don't think I can afford to do that. Let's do some of that. And now let's see what we draw. Toleria West. I think I want to dig deeper. And I want to try to find, yes, nice, a gemstone mine or some untapped source. Now the question is, this is a very interesting turn right here. I think there's no way that I play the Garrison, but there are two plays available to me. Play number one, play the Gemstone Mine. If I do that, I need to cast the Amulet. This opens me up to any kind of artifact destruction. No, I definitely do not want to play explosives this turn. So option number one, because this, if they blow this one up instead of this, then I die. So I kind of don't want to do that. So I think I'm gonna be playing Toleria West this turn, and next turn I actually have access to playing and blowing up explosives. Even you know, not opening myself up to an artifact destroy spell. Oh, they can regen these too. That's annoying. So does the regen clause want to make me change something? Does the regen clause make me want to change something in my sequencing? Because what I can do here is I can play Amulet number 1, I play Azusa of this, bounce the Garrison, then I play Gemstone and replay the Garrison as my 2 extra land drops from the Azusa, and that leaves me exactly 3 mana to blow up all the stuff. Alternatively, I can just play the Gemstone, play Explosives on 1. I guess I'm kind of forced to blow it up on their turn, so I can, so they cannot grow this guy again. It opens me up to Boros Charm, but I think that's okay. I just need to kind of hope that they don't have enough burn in their hand. Which is possible they do. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm not playing around Boros Charm because I'm already dead to Boros Charm anyway, right? So why would I play around the card that I'm dead to anyway? So they attack. I blow this up. They regen, that's fine. So I don't take 1 from this, which is good for me. Okay. So the question here is, do I open myself up? Do I open myself up to getting kind of blown out by an artifact destruction spell? I think I kind of need to. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Yeah, at this point I think I need to. I am just a little bit too far behind. So we play Amulet, play this. We are gonna. There's a Revelry. Yep. Of course, they had the Revelry. Do they have the Bolt too? No Bolt. Okay. This is cool because this actually allows me to play around like a potential Goblin Guide or something. So play Azusa. And we're gonna play Kalni first. And then we're gonna add a green here. Play Adventurous Impulse. Find another gemstone. And we're gonna play Boros Garrison. And bounce the gemstone, I think. Next turn we have enough mana to prime time. Unless my opponent has a Molten Rain or something. No bolt, please. No Atarka's command, please. Yeah, Pact for Baloth was an option, but I just don't think Baloth win this game by itself. I think it will need some help. Okay, sure. They just had it. Okay. Although Pact for Baloth might have been the way to go, actually. Now I'm kind of regretting. Yeah, now I'm kind of regretting that. I mean, Pact for Baloth, I guess, gives us a chance. But it makes it... if we were at 3, I think Pact for Baloth would have been a better option. Because then they would probably need 3 burn spells to kill us. But Pacting for Baloth, leaving us actually far behind for prime time and making it so they need 2 burn spells instead of just 1. It's probably a little bit too slow. I'm not sure though. It might have been the correct play there. Do we keep this? I think we do. I think we do. We're on the play, so we don't need to discard because of this Gruul Turf. And on turn 3 we can play Explosives and blow it up, or we can play one of our ramp spells, depending on whether we draw the extra lands or not. And we also get to do that before my opponent is able to play Molten Rain or something. Also, Radiant Fountain being our land, it's just so good for us. Having access to Radiant Fountain is insane. They bottom the top card, they mull to 6 by the way. Experiment 1 is fine. Yeah, we just play Gruul Turf and pass the turn. Bounce Fountain, which we're gonna replay next turn. Pass the turn. Vexen Devil. Actually, this time I'm not gonna take the damage. Nope. And this is gonna set strong alarms for my opponent. Now they kind of know that I have an explosives since I didn't blow up the Vexen Devil. But whatever. Play this on 1, blow it up before the Experiment 1 can actually regenerate. Get our 2 for 1 on turn 3, and I think we're actually in a really good spot now. We just need to find another bounce land would be amazing. Now, if my opponent has a Molten Rain, then we are not in a good spot anymore. Looks like no Molten Rain though. Yep, no Molten Rain. Awesome. That's no good. No bueno, how people say. I guess I impulse here. I'm not really excited to blow up my own Radiant Fountain. I can get a forest here, and that allows me to play Azusa this turn, but then I just play a Ghost Quarter. I think it's better to take this turn off and get the Gruul Turf. Bounce, Fountain, pass the turn. Next turn we can play Azusa and Scout, so we have multiple champ blockers. We're at 19 with a Radiant Fountain in hand. Man, I love it when we win without Amulet, and it's very likely that my opponent has at least one Destructive Reverie in hand. Okay. What you got, opponent? What you got? Say what? Okay. Sure. So no cards in hand for them. We play Fountain first of all. Now we play Susa. We're still at 18. Yeah, we're looking really good here. We could have even Bailoff there, but I just feel like there's no way we're dead this turn. And we can actually prime time next turn, which is way better than Bailoffing. This card is just so aggro. That card is just so freaking aggro. They can't even attack us command. Sure, dude. I think I'll take 6. Just block one of this. Yeah, just like Armageddon myself. No big deal. Just Armageddon myself. So I can get Bounce Land plus Vesuv. No, actually Kalni saves me more damage than... Yeah, I still have not played a land this turn, and I'm... Oh, my opponent... There's no way that my opponent can... There's no way my opponent can destroy my lands, so I'm just gonna go with Prime Time. A tab like this. I was thinking, because if my opponent had access to 3 mana, I would like to pay to tap the Gemstone Mine instead of the Ghost Quarter, so I can Ghost Quarter myself in response to the to whatever it is that my opponent was to kill, so I can save myself the damage. But because my opponent, there's no way they have access to 3 mana next turn, I guess they can have Simian Spirit Guide, but if so, just whatever. Yeah, I guess I want to transmute for a blue source next turn. Transmute for a blue pact next turn. That's fine. Play this as my land for turn. And pass it turn. And I'm definitely going to be blocking one of these with the Prime Time, so I incentivize my opponent to try to kill my Amulet Titan with a bolt or something. Which means that that bolt is not coming to my face, which is great. Goblin Guide, sure thing, bro. Sure thing. So now we're in easy mode. I was gonna try to figure out a line, and then then we draw an amulet, so it's just doesn't matter. They just concede. All right, this kind of creature decks is usually a reasonable matchup for us. Never updated the record, man. I'm so bad at this. Such a noob. Such a noob. Alright, we're going for the 4-1, gentlemen. 2-1 versus Naya Zoo, I guess? Let's see if we can get that 5-0. That's hilarious. I totally forgot to post my my stream link in the Discord. Hopefully, thankfully, Jenny Tolls had my back there. But that was funny. Man, I kind of want to get paired against blue white so we can Emrakul them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just bring to them the promised end. All right, let's go. Oh, damn. This hand seems pretty good. Okay. So we got an accelerator. We got an adventurous impulse. We just need to find some lands. We also got some reasonably good mana. We have one of our worst lands in the opener though, so that's kind of shitty. But more cantrips is great though. I think I want to impulse first to see if I find the bounce land, and if I do find the bounce land, then I'm gonna like to find an amulet instead of a bounce land off of the steerings. Damn, would have found both. Okay, steerings into an amulet. Nope, just more bounce lands. Okay, that's still fine. So this is gonna be a turn 4 prime time. Hopefully we're playing against spirits and not humans. Because this hand is really good against spirits, but it might medley mage on prime time might be kind of would kind of wreck us here. Okay, hear me out. We can pact for Sage here. We can pact for Sage here. Blow up their vial. If we do, that means that prime time is going to actually come 2 turns later. Because we're gonna need... No, just 1 turn later. Because we're gonna need to pay for pact on this coming turn. I think I'm gonna go for it. My opponent missing their land drop there is just massive. I did not... Yeah, cool. Sage is in the main. I'm gonna go for it. I think it's gonna set my opponent back way more than me. Unless they can, I guess, violin a noble hierarch off this, which would be pretty bad for me. If they violin another Mausoleum Wanderer, yeah, this is perfect then. Yep. Blow it up. Thank you very much. Play Stronghold, I guess. Yep. Nice Vial deck, opponent. Nice Vial deck. I bounce this one. Nice Vial deck. Whew. It's nice to just have it all, you know? Opponent snap concedes, just flipping the table. Man. That's cool. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy that quite a bit. Maybe that makes me a bad person, but that was great. I will be right back. You guys give me a minute. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be bringing this one in this particular matchup. Seems just a little bit too risky. We definitely want to take out a couple of those. We're still facing the same dilemma, except Adventurous Impulse is awful against Spell Queller. Let's try this. That game one was hilarious though. That game one was freaking hilarious. Alright, so we get like absolutely hosed by a damping sphere. Otherwise, this is very close to a turn for prime time. I guess turn 2 Geist would be kind of beating. Can you imagine we play Emrakul and then our opponent just copies it with a Phantasmal Image? That would be with a yeah, Phantasmal Image. That would be something for sure. Actually, we might be playing against straight blue-white spirits. If that's the case, that seems like a way better matchup for us than the green version. It's definitely not out of the question. Nope, there's a canopy. I guess. I guess we discard steerings? Rattle chains. Okay, this card is really good in that deck. Copy their Geist for them. That's a pretty good one. If there are cards in play, you cannot choose to not copy anything, right? You need to choose to copy something. Alright, so I guess no Spell Queller this turn, which is good for our Azusa plans. That one's also pretty good. So I can... What could they have on 2? What could they have on 2? All the stuff that I'm thinking is like Lords, Phantasmal Image. So there's no way that they can counter either this Amulet nor this Azusa. So this is free to play this turn. What I'm trying to figure out is how I want to sequence my plays though. I think I want to play Sunhome first, Azusa, then Ghost Squatter, then Celestia Sanctuary, and this leaves me with the most lands and the most mana in play. And then next turn I can pact for prime time, but at that, I mean, we might be in trouble this game though. We might be in trouble here. Yes, so the question is, do we play around Queller or do we play around Damping Sphere, right? Because if we pact right now, then Damping Sphere kills us, which is not great for us. So that's kind of the question. So I pay for pact like this. Next turn I play 1, bounce this, play this, bounce, play this, bounce. Also, I'm not sure whether I want to pact for Primetime or I want to pact for Hornet Queen here. But Queller is kind of a beating. I think if they don't kill the Azusa, I can Hornet Queen next turn, so I think I'm gonna pact for the Queen. And I'm gonna do so with 2 mana open. So no, never mind. They Violet's had 2, so I think I'm gonna pact for Hornet Queen here. If they have Damping Sphere, they got me. Also, this if they have Disdainful Stroke or Unified Will, I'm kind of dead too. That's whatever. Not much I can do about that part. We were just a little bit too slow. My opponent developed too quickly. My opponent developed a little bit too quickly. Oh, well, that's good for us. That definitely shows some weakness. So they know I have a queen. So I am putting them on at least one more Phantasmal Image. Because otherwise that was a very suboptimal play from them. Play this, bounce this, play this, bounce this, play this, bounce 6 mana, so I guess I bounce this, and then we do this, play basic forest, Queen Ya. Queen Ya. But I imagine they have another one of these guys. Meaning another Phantasmal Image, right? But it's like, I mean, what am I gonna do, right? I need to play the card that I fetch for. Them cycling Canopy next turn is actually pretty good news for me. And oddly enough, they cannot. Oh wow, this is amazing for me. Boom, boom. Now the queen is dead. They cannot copy it with another image. We still have 3 blockers to trade with their stuff. That was quite good for us. I would imagine they have a Queller, but like whatever. That's fine. I love that Unified Will does nothing. 1 and 2 and 3. Done. I love that Unified Will does nothing. I should actually made a misplay there. I should have... Now, my opponent does not have a Queller. They would have quelled my Ancient Steerings, so never mind, that's fine. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to do this. And then tap, bounce this, because this is basically free. Play this. This is basically free, and it actually makes it so my opponent just cannot attack into my Hornets because they have First Strike. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah, so we're in a pretty good spot here. Actually, I'm gonna go Squatter their Moorland Hunt. I don't want them making dudes. Don't make dudes, opponents. We'll see if my opponent sees the board, I guess. We kind of got them on the lock, actually. We have an Explosives in play, which can blow up their hexproof dudes, and also it's very important to know the fact that I'm just not forced to use this at all. Yeah. So I can block here. I can block here. Double strike the Hornet, making it so that it kills it and I don't take one from the spirit. I guess they can path the... They can path that guy. Oh, I guess I take two. I forgot about the other guy. But again, I'm not forced to blow this up. And now we know for sure that my opponent is on straight blue-white. Hashtag skill. Whoops. Messed it up. Doesn't matter. Hashtag skill. I really hope that my opponent is sitting on multiple unified wills here. Yeah. Bounce. I can play it on 4 here. I think it's fine to play it on 4. This day full stroke gets me, but that's about it. Because Unified Will doesn't do anything. Which is hilarious. Yep. That's GG, my friends. That is GG. And one. Opponents, it's a good sport. They tell me super well played on your part. It's nice. It's nice to play opponents that are you know, appreciative of the game, and that's cool. That is good sportsmanship right there. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I don't want to say that I was impressed, but it was definitely way better than I was expecting it to be. It was definitely way better than I was expecting it to be. And by the way, we're running this again, but right? She's definitely gonna be in my sideboard now. Do we want to make any changes before we give it another shot? I might not finish this league, but maybe we will. Maybe we will. But 4-1 was pretty sweet. Yeah, no, to be fair though, we didn't whiff any time, and the sample size is very small, right? We only played a single league. I think we cast Impulse like 3 or 4 times. Hemi main. Yeah, that one might be a little bit of a stretch. What are you doing over there? No, come back here. You should be chilling over here. What are you doing? I think I'm being mind controlled by Emrakul right now. I can't take her off. Look at that. Damn it. Oh. No, this might be a little bit too much. This one might be a little bit too much. But yeah, I kind of like this config though. I kind of like this configuration. What I'm gonna do though real quick is I am going to update I'm going to update the list that I posted on Twitter real quick, if you guys don't mind. Hmm. Okay, so I do this, and I look for this modern Amulet Impulse. Okay, sweet. How about -1 Impulse plus 1 Trinket Mage? I think that's just too many moving pieces. I think that just might be too many moving pieces. I'm not sure I love it. And this is coming from somebody that actually kind of enjoyed the whole Trinket Mage package, but it just might be too much. Also with Trinket Mage, I would like to draw something like a Grafdigger's Cage in the board, or maybe, no, Pithing Needle. I kind of like Pithing Needle in the board, if we have Trinket Mage. Anyway. Alright, let's try it again. Let's update that record. And try it again. Join League, Amulet Impulse, go. It was kind of hot, the fact that we were paired against Blue Moon round 1, and we just 2-0 them. Just casually beat them 2-0. It was great. Yeah, just nothing like just, you know, 2-0 win. Your absolute worst matchup, no big deal. Spirits. Look at this. Moto is just... I love how it just fixes itself immediately as soon as I click. Boom. Fixed. It's pretty weird. But, you know... Moto things. Just Moto things. This hand is pretty interesting. There are some matchups where this hand would be pretty insane, actually. And there are some matchups where this hand is absolutely unplayable. We're gonna hope that we are facing one of those matchups where this hand is pretty insane. But if we're facing something like Tron, then we are gonna die with this hand, and it's not close. My opponent mulliganed to 4 cards. Jesus. Alright. And they put a card on the bottom. They are playing Tron. Okay, so we are gonna lose this game. Opponent moves to 4. They win anyway. Sick. What do I want to do here? I think I want multiple green sources, so I'm going to play the Vesuva, I guess? Vesuva Kopikalni. I actually do believe that it's very, very likely that we lose this game. Our hand was not suited to be Tron. You see? That's yeah, this actually makes prime time next turn, so I think it's better to play Azusa here. So I play Gruul Turf, bounce Kalni, Vesuva, copy Gruul Turf, bounce. I mean, Kalni is not doing anything, so I'd rather bounce this and have an extra on top source next turn in case I need it. Of course, swing with a plant. Only one plant. Two plant would be a bad play, but just the one plant is fine. Cycle Relic, okay. No last Tron piece, cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, so here we're gonna get... Here we're gonna play Sunhome. I guess we can lead on this, on steerings. No, we cannot lead on steerings, because even if we find Amulet, we can't play it out. So I'm going to play Sunhome. Tap 6 mana. Play Primetime, go fetch Simic Growth plus Ghost Squatter, bounce Vesuva, replay Vesuva copying Ghost Squatter? Is that what I'm gonna do? Now, actually, I think I'm gonna lead on steerings in case I do find the Ghost Squatter. I found the bounce land, which is basically the same. Okay, cool. So now, land Primetime. Okay, yes. Ghost Squatter. And I guess Bodos Garrison. We're going to bounce this. Oh no, I'm 1 mana short anyway, right? That's unfortunate. I'm 1 land drop short, I mean. Play Simic. Bounce GQ. Play GQ. I'm not gonna be able to copy my own GQ, which is very unfortunate. Vale Drogo. Vale Drogo 24. Yes, I'm actually originally from Argentina. If you couldn't tell by the accent, which is the very, very thick accent. Yes, I am actually born and raised in Argentina. I currently live in LA though. And the last, okay, they just conceded. Okay, cool. The last land they played was the Ursa's Tower, so that's what I was gonna blow up. So bringing in those pierces, bringing out those explosives. Hehehe. Yo, Burning One, how's it going, man? Sí, vale, Drogo, definitivamente no. Definitivamente no. Alright, so what do we want to do here? Because we're bringing in Emrakul just as an experiment, probably want 1 Primetime less. Ah, ¿sos argentino también? Vale, Drogo. Is this a meme? Maybe this is just a meme. Maybe this is just going too deep. I kind of want everything else though. We're gonna go with this. Maybe this is just going too deep. We'll see. Only one way to know whether we're going too deep or not. Okay, so if we draw blue swords this hand, it's actually pretty sweet. If we don't, it's very sad. I think we might need to do better against Tron, especially on the draw. We're gonna die. Santa Fe. Bien, bien ahí. 3-1 my last look, losing to Tron. Matchup seems unwinnable sometimes. It's the Tron matchup is fine. It's just sometimes they Tron you. I mean, that's what Tron does, right? That's what the deck is designed to do. They play a Karn on turn 3 and you just die to a Karn on turn 3. It's just why the deck is actually playable. This is very interesting here. I think I need to impulse and off these other gemstone mine. Okay, we found the semi-growth, that's fine. That's cool, that's cool. We really need to find another bounce land here though. And if they have like Karn or something. Okay, so they assemble Tron. So they got Tron. It's cool and everything. Bounce land. You know, actually this is fine. I think we just transmit for bounce land here. What do we get? I guess a turf. Sure. All right. Hope I don't die. Yeah, Brendan 1, turn 2 in people feels so good. Always. Is this Thought Knot? Because we can definitely be the Thought Knot. We can definitely be the Thought Knot here. Ghost Squatter is kind of a beating though. That's a Thought Knot. Sure. You can look at my Thought Knots. You can look at my Thought Knots if you want. That's hilarious. That's freaking awesome. Alright. Bounce Gemstone. Yeah, so this doesn't find Amulet, so I'm just gonna prime time. I also love that this prime time coming down kind of forces them to blow up their whatever at instant speed. Before they can actually put a counter on the Thought Knot. Get Ghost Squatter. And oh yeah, we can do this now. Again, put a stop on their draw step. And the last one, they fetch for this one, right? So I'm gonna blow up the mine. Oh no, I actually need to do this right now. I don't want to give them Oblivion Stone mana. That doesn't seem prudent. Doesn't seem like a great play to give my opponent. Oh, they just have this scrying. No big deal. No big deal. That's a Karn. Yup. Yup. El Carno. Worm Coil. Alright, we can beat a Worm Coil. Can definitely beat a Worm Coil. 1, 2. Prime time. We're losing this gemstone, but it's fine. It's kind of shitty that they actually exiled our Emrakul. It would have been really sweet to get them. No such luck. You turn to Adnos? Damn. Vale Drogo, I do play control decks, not on stream really, because Jace and Teferi are both absurdly expensive. So, yeah. If somebody wants to lend me Teferis and Jaces, I would definitely play control. I don't mind that, and I actually enjoy it quite a bit. But you know, I'm not going to spend like $200 on like 3 Jaces and 2 Teferis. That seems like a little bit too much. Okay, I want to make sure that I have some good mana going on. Bounce this. Play this as my land for turn. White and red. Haste prime time. Attack Karn. And now I'm gonna get Toleria plus a bounce land. And I'm actually gonna bounce a bounce land. This way I can protect my stronghold from like a Karn or whatever, while also setting up my Toleria West. That doesn't seem like a good block, opponent. Yeah, that doesn't seem like the best block available to you, but sure, I'll take it. No, they are stupid expensive on Moto. They're also very expensive in paper, right? But yeah, but in Moto they are particularly expensive. So here they can Ugin. And they can Ugin minus... They do not Ugin though. Okay. They could have Ugin minus 6. They're not gonna do anything? Oh, they're gonna blow up O-Stone, that's fine. Since they're gonna blow up O-Stone, I just cannot protect the stronghold. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to attack with Prime Time. And I'm gonna Vesuva the stronghold actually. Do I want the extra land drop here? Nah, I have a Susa. I'd rather hold both of these in my hand. Okay, so I pay 3 mana. So that's 2 prime times down. So that's 1. So transmute for Summoner's Pact. Pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be 1. I have 1 mana floating. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I can get a bounce land plus a gemstone mine, and that way I can also transmute for Pact of Negation, and I can easily pay for both pacts, and I can just counter whatever they play, unless they play the Wormcoil, in which case I just let it go. Yep. So we should be good to go here. So Summoner's Pact for Primeval Titan, and now I'm very, very sad that I cannot. This is actually my last prime time, because I sided one out because I'm stupid. So a blue source plus gemstone mine. Bounce gemstone mine. Play gemstone mine as my land for turn. I guess we might as well Adventurous Impulse for the lols. There's that. Tap for blue. Tap for blue. Transmute for blue pact. And pass the turn. And I can easily pay for one pact, and I can easily pay for the other one. Chromatic Sphere resolves, brother. This is second main. This is second main, that's why I didn't haste. Yeah, I guess we swing here. We kill this. We pack this, I meant. So no more Karn, no more power plant. So their hand is Wormcoil, Ugin, plus whatever they get off plus versus mine. Okay. Okay, so pact number 1. Blue, 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 blue. And 1. Pact number 2 is this. Pact number 1. Pact number 2. Rick Sage doesn't really do much, so I can pay 3 mana. I can play a Susa, bounce turf, play a Susa, bounce turf, play turf, bounce, play stronghold, haste. No, I can actually haste the Asusa. It's 1 more damage. Haste the Susa, that's 1 more damage. I can swing with everything, and now prime time is gonna get Sunhome plus Vesuva. Summoner's Pact doesn't get anything relevant, so I'm going to get Vesuva plus Sunhome, and Vesuva can copy the Slayer Stronghold. Vesuva this. So now my opponent, if they want to Ugin, they need to Ugin -6, which leaves them susceptible to Asusa plus Sage. Expedition map is fine. I think we're gonna get there. especially because the Sage kills the worm coil with the worm coil. Okay, that one's bad for me, I guess. That's Ugin. Been a -6, killing both of my dudes. Yeah, I think I sideboarded it incorrectly here. If we had a prime time, we will just win here. But unfortunately, we do not. Okay. Doesn't do anything. So I think I just backdoor scout. It's like the only thing that I can find. Yeah, this is all we got, really. I think I play scout. I think I hold the Sage and I just use this turn to play scout and Azusa and haste both. They destroy Sunhome. Sure. That was good timing for them too. So play Azusa. Haste here. Haste here. Okay. This one comes at Ugin, this one comes at them. Now Rex Sage blows up the worm coil. Pay for back, this is pretty irrelevant. So this is Sage. Sage blows up worm coil. Yes. They get a couple of tokens. I haste the Sage. I can play, bounce and replay so I can haste again. So I can haste them all. Azusa, white, and this one. Okay, swing with all. Yep, Title Tracker is great, but in my sideboard right now, I'm trying Emrakul. So Emrakul is taking the place of the what would be the Tireless Tracker. Yes, I do like Tracker in this matchup. I think it's great. All right, so just draw nothing, please, because I cannot beat anything anymore. That's nothing. Okay, that one I can beat. My opponent is on a 2-turn clock. Not the best time for Spell Pierce here. Scout. Alright, okay. Take 5. Okay. Can we get there? It was so unlucky that my opponent... Oh, they got there. Shit. They got there. Well, any dude off the top gives me the game, though. Any creature off the top. Or Spell Pierce. Why are they not blowing up Expedition Map? I don't get it. Well, now we can't really win anymore. because now they can minus on. They can even plus here actually. Man, we had that one turn. We had that one turn where we could draw something and we could actually win the game. We have no more Tolaria Wests. Yeah, so I lost this game because I sideboarded poorly. I think I want to take out a Pact instead of a Primeval Titan. Should have taken out a Pact instead of Prime Time. So now my opponent will minus on one of these, and I don't think the Thought Knot will attack. I think the Thought Knot will stay where it is. We also have no Ballista, which would be a pretty sick draw right now. Man, everything that could have gone wrong. My opponent found a threat in their very last turn possible. This is just game over now. This is just game over now. Man, I should have won this game. It's crazy how, like, my opponent exiled this Emrakul like on turn 5 or something. It's actually insanely relevant all these turns after. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes! Yes! Oh my god! Opponent, why are you so greedy? Why are you so greedy? Ooh! Ooh! Dude! Dude! No! No! They have the Nature Sky! Ah, so many emotions. I cannot handle this. I cannot handle this. Oh, this is so great. This is so insane. Wow, this was amazing. Wow. Wow. Whew. Whew. Holy shit. Nah, they thought not doesn't attack anymore now, huh? Oh, jeez. Wow. I can't do this, guys. It is too much. What? Come on, opponent. No Karn ultimate? Not going for the ultimate, no balls, man. Come on. Yeah, now they are good. Man. Well, that was a roller coaster of emotions. That was... That was so great. Oh, jeez. I loved every second of that. I love every second of that. That was amazing. Oh, man. Whew. All right. Let's try to get it together again. Let's try this now. See how it works. Man, that was so sick. That was so awesome. That was so awesome. Whew. I mean, if there was any game worth clipping, that is probably the single... Yep. That was... Whew. Oh my god. Oh, man. Alright, alright. This one is gonna be way more straightforward here. Let's play Azusa, let's play Ghost Quarter, let's play Cruel Turf. Now we're gonna have Tribe Scout. Man. That was... oh, Tron opponent. Yeah, this game is cute. My opponent moved to 4 again, by the way. My opponent moved to 4 again. So this one is not really a game. Man, I'm still so pumped right now. I'm still so pumped, it's not even funny. Let's get another bounce land. Let's play a prime time. Let's get Boros. Yeah, they just concede. This was a non-game, unfortunately. After one of the most intense games ever, we have like the absolute blowout when my opponent moves to 4. Alright, well. Let's do this again. Let's do this again. Alright. Woo! Well, now we... This is something that is not usually the case against Tron. Actually, it happens sometimes against Tron. I think I over-sideboarded in terms of trying to make my deck as lean as possible. And the issue with that was that I sacrificed staying power. So eventually my opponent was able to run me out of threats. And I just, you know, died. I just died because I just couldn't find a way to finish the game. So that's something that it's important to watch out for against Tron. Maybe I should never side out the 4 prime times. Although it is, they sometimes bring in surgical against us. I think it's wrong from the Tron side, but they still sometimes do it. And yeah, maybe it is. Exile this Emrakul like on turn 5 or something. It's actually insanely relevant all these turns after. Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! This clip is insane. Yes. Oh my god! Opponent, why are you so greedy? Why are you so greedy? Man, that was insane. That was just ridiculous. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. So this is actually a very, very interesting hand. I think we're leading on Scout anyway. But it's very important to realize that it might make my land drops a little bit greedy, a little bit weird. I think leading with Scout is still the optimal line here, but it's still quite interesting. I guess we're playing against a Bolt deck. Yeah, so Scout is dead. This might be Mardu. Since I'm so short on lands and Tolari West can find me more lands, I think I'm going to go for the Amulet here instead of the Scout. It might be wrong, but I think it's important to leave myself like the outs. Oh, they're on Jund, so then this play is much worse. if they had been on Mardu, that means they cannot kill my Amulet on that turn, but since it's John, they can decay it. And if they were gonna decay something, it's way better for them to decay my Scout than my Amulet. But I was not expecting, you know, something that turn. Okay, sweet. So now we have enough mana to prime time next turn. To prime time on the turn, would be turn 5, I guess. Hopefully they play Liliana or something here. Oh no, actually Liliana's bad for me. Never mind. They minus? Alright. This is... okay. I think the play here is... play Amulet. Play Amulet. Play Bounce Land. Transmute. Play Bounce Land. Bouncy in a basic forest. Transmute for another Bounce Land. So that leaves me with a basic forest in hand, a Bounce Land, 4 mana in play in total, and a prime time in hand. So I can pitch the basic forest to the Liliana Plus, and I can leave myself in a situation where I can prime time next turn. So I think this is going to be the correct play here. Transmute, and also it's nice that Gruul Turf, I think. And it's also nice that Inquisition doesn't do anything. I guess Decay or K-Command like absolutely wreck me, but there's no real way that I can play around those cards. But Thoughtseize gets me though. Inquisition Fizzles. Ding ding ding. Yep, so Inquisition Fizzles. I know my opponent knows what's coming. Unless they have another Decay, or I guess Assassin's Trophy does it. If I'm my opponent, I Liliana Plus first, so I am kind of forced to discard this basic forest and Assassin's Trophy later. So even if they blow up my Amulet, they force me to like keep the Bounce Land in hand anyway. Because as things are, of course, yeah, as things, I mean, I'm forced to drop the basic here. Because if my opponent does not ask Trophy my Amulet, then I just die basically. So I think that, you know, the way things are, this is just the optimal play. Alright. That means prime time. Actually, that means lethal. Let me rephrase this. You're dead. Do 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 yeah, Bordeaux Garrison, Slayer's Stronghold, Motobug. Boom, 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 boom. No Motobug. Nice. Float some mana. Haste. Let's do this right now. Just make it faster. Bounce this. Attack. Yep. Vesuva, Sunhome. Vesuva, copy this. Modova, yeah, but it doesn't matter. Okay, cool. Just casually Inquisition into Liliana Plus into your dead opponent. Just the usual. No big deal. So here we cite don't mind if I do. So we want to be thread dense, and I mean it when I say it. We want amulets out. Scouts are fine. We can probably side out one of the pacts. We want all of our threats, except for Rurik. Rurik is not amazing. I think I want to keep all of my lands since Amulet is not... we're not drawing towards Amulet. And I want to leave at least one Rex Sage to Pact for in case my opponent has Damping Sphere or the shitty version of that. Alpine Moon. Alpine Moon is the one. So that's why I want to leave in the one of Rex Sage. I think I can probably side out the prime time, kind of to play around Surgical. Nah, I'm gonna take out one Impulse. Wait, is Steerings? I guess Steerings is better than Impulse. Impulse can get creatures, but Steerings can get it digs just deeper. Yeah, this is a keep against Jund. Slow as hell, but we have like cantrips. We have nice interaction against them. And we have one of our best lands in the matchup. Kalni is an absolute house against them. The only thing I'm really afraid of is turn 2 Bob. Turn 2 Bob feels like it could be a way that we lose this game. Opponent does not have Bob mana, so that's sick. Okay, I need to be very careful with... I'm gonna Impulse here. I'm gonna be very careful with Fulminator though. Here it's very awkward, but I think that I pick the Forest. It's really weird, right? To have like access to bounce land there, but I still pick the Forest. The thing is that I want to ensure that Azusa resolves, that I can play Azusa next turn, and by playing 2 non-bounce lands, I'm encouraging my opponent to not play Fulminator. And now, if my opponent wants to Fulminator, they actually need to tap out. So right now, it's actually fine. I do this, bounce Tolaria, I guess, and I do this, and I bounce Kalni. So now my opponent can Fulminator me, but I don't really care, because if they do that, they need to tap themselves out. Which means that I get to make 3 more land drops next turn. And if they don't Fulminator me here, they just die. Unless they are playing Blood Moon in their deck. Which they very well could, actually. That's a Fulminator, yep. So I think I really like the way I sequence things. This is fine. So now the plant can chop the Goyf. It would not surprise me if my opponent has multiple Fulminators though, and if that's the case, then that's a little bit more troublesome. But I think we should be fine here. Let's explore first. 1, 2, 3. Alright. We are in hope we draw another land. Hope my opponent doesn't have Fulminator mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's another Fulminator. That's Fulminator mana. So now we really need to find another bounce land, and things become way more shitty now. Things become way more shitty now. Land. Should have been more specific. Should have been more specific, I guess. I think I'm gonna drop the explosives on 2 and just not blow it up. And I just swing with the Azusa. I'm not dying to this Goyf anytime soon, and I don't want to grow my opponent's future Goyfs. So if they attack here, I just probably take it. I can just block. They kind of need, yeah, that's what I was going to say. They kind of need to bolt the Azusa here. because bounce land is an out. Any untapped land basically wins the game on the spot. Any untapped land? Ding ding ding! And yeah, my opponent can blow up my explosives, it just does not matter. I probably want to bog my opponent and bounce the Tolaria West. Also, my opponent does not needs 2 black sources in order to Liliana me. So there's no real risk there. If you want to grudge the explosives, just do whatever you want, opponent, it's fine. They could have Black Source into Maelstrom Pulse or Black Source into Assassin's Trophy, but just it just doesn't matter. That's the beautiful thing about playing against John. It's just like they have cards, they do not matter. After you resolve your Primeval Titan, it just doesn't matter. 2-0 versus Jando. 101-48, my current overall record, without counting the Sakama Amulet, this Sakama list, which has 18-11, which is a little bit worse. But yeah, so I'm like it's almost 67%. It might be a little bit over 67% win percentage. So we have a prime time in the form of this Tolaria West, we have an Amulet on turn 1, and we have a way to dig. Keep playing against Burn. My opponent's called Mystic Snake. I assume they were playing some meme deck. Actually gonna lead on Gemstone here. I'm gonna play the Amulet off the Gemstone because it allows me to transmit on turn 2, which leaves Azusa as an out on turn 3. I assume this is gonna be Eidolon. Yo, more Swift Spears. Alright, so I'm in for a beating next turn. Okay. I guess that's a way that I do not do this turn. Another Amulet. Thank you. Any order. So I'm going to play Gruul Turf here. Bouncing Gemstone. And I'm going to play Tribe Scout and Amulet. And next turn, if this Scout survives, I win the game on the spot. Or if I draw a prime time, I also win the game. They go face. Man, I honestly kind of like the previous like arrow thingies way better than this stupid arrow thingy. This is the worst arrow thingy. So that's a Syrian Blaze, which makes me very, very sad. Take 6, down to 5. Wow, it's kind of frightening that if my opponent had a 1 mana burn spell, they would have killed me there. Man, Swift Spear is really good. Really, really good. Alright, so we need to draw... We have a lot of live draws here. Like a ton of them. Another Tolaria West is game... That one's not. So, Azusa was game, Tolaria West was game, Primeval Titan was game, Summoner's Pact was game, Steerings would have potentially been pretty good, Adventurous Impulse was also a redraw. Unfortunately, we drew a blank. And we're actually dead on board. We're actually dead on board here. I guess if my opponent has absolutely... If they have a land in hand, and if they have... So that they need to have a land in hand, and they need to draw a land. And I might... No, I don't survive because they just bolt me. Yeah, I don't think I have any outs. Right? Yeah, but I transmute for Azusa, right? I make a couple of land drops, and then my opponent bolts a Rift bolts my face, and then they attack with both Swift Spears, and that's 5 total. That's what I was thinking. So I can transmute for Azusa, and I can transmute for Azusa, make a bunch of land drops, but that gets me nowhere. If I had drawn any of the cards that I said before, Steerings was a redraw towards Tolaria. Tolaria was the game, Azusa was game, Primetime was game, all of those draws were game, Adventurous Impulse was game, Explore was also game actually, right? No, Explore would have left me one land drop too short. But the way things are, I'm just dead. Alright, Bailoff, Upgrades, and Fire Spouts. I'm gonna cut my opponent some slack. They did play that game quite well, so I'm not gonna assume that they are awful. Okay, in this matchup, Adventurous Impulse seems like it's worse, actually. Yep, we're gonna do this. Yeah, okay. Keep this. It's a little bit on the slow side, but it having interaction for my opponent's turn 1 and turn 2 play, it's kind of nice. Hopefully they will play a go. Yeah, nice. That's awesome. That's a Swift Spear. So I take 1, and I can kill the Swift Spear right now. So do this, upgrade, 3 damage to target creature. And I think it's better for me to leave up interaction in the form of a braid here. It's kind of shitty that we don't have enough lands to make a primetime next turn. So the only way that we can actually make a primetime next turn would be if we draw another amulet. Smash to Smithereens would kind of be kind of shitty too. Ugh. Alright, you got it. Hopefully they don't have Molten Rain. Molten Rain would be a beating. Maybe they tap out for an Eidolon or something. That would be good for us. That would be good for us. No Molten Rain, please. No Molten Rain, please. Goblin Guide, yes. This is fine. I think it's more important for me to kill the Eidolon than the Goblin Guide. Hehehehehe. Ah, this is rough. I think I still kill the Eidolon. Man, this is really hard now. So I'm drawing the Bailoff. Do I want to kind of put my opponent in a racing situation? there's no way. I just need to kill the Eidolon. Okay, name Giant here. Green. Bailoff. Go. My opponent attacks. I'm snap blocking. Just blocking so quickly, my opponent won't even know what happened. That's another Goblin Guide. And another Swift Spear, alright. Okay, give me some bounce lands, Goblin Guide. Sweet, and sweet. And that's actually game. I'm not attacking, by the way. Okay, if they tap out, I am attacking. Oh, they have Revelry for the Amulet. That's fine. No. Ooh, alright. Yep, my opponent said. Play this. Bounce, Gemstone. Prime time. Yes. Odo's Garrison. Slayer Stronghold. At this point, it's academic. Yeah. Colony and Radiant Fountain. And next turn, I main phase Transmute for Blue Pact, so even if they draw Deflecting Palm, there's nothing they can do about it. And then the attack trigger gets double strike land, and GG's. Sometimes Magic is so easy. I guess this is actually correct from my opponent. They know they are dead, so they are attacking to get information from this Goblin Guide. They know that they have no outs, so attacking for them is free. Attacking for them is free, and just doing that gives them free information that they would not otherwise get. Okay, burn on the draw. I think I still like what I got going on. Maybe we should bring Ember Cool. Nah. Okay. Yep, this is it. This is probably gonna be my burn configuration. No, Spell Pierce is not really good against burn, especially on the draw. Very often, Spell Pierce is basically saving you one life because your opponent has an Eidolon in play. Oh man, this hand... It's a mulligan. Much better, actually. We kind of want this. We kind of want this, but not yet. Jeez, turn 1 Swift Spear every single game. Opponent is a Burn Master. Yeah, the third Azusa. The third Azusa is a little bit of overkill. So they are bad because usually your opponent has a guy in play by that time, has an Eidolon in play. And Spell Pierce countering 1/3 mana spell, but you're still taking 2 from the Eidolon is not amazing. Alright. I think this time I'm actually blocking. No. Yeah, probably am. It's kind of shitty that this enables my opponent to like play their Eidolon instead of playing their burn spell. My opponent has been playing very well actually, so now they are free. No, all right, I'll take that. Giant. Play a Susa. There's no way for us to play around, for us to get like all of our land drops from this, because both of our lands actually trigger. So I'm gonna lead with Kalni, so we have at least a chump blocker. Oops! Never mind. Made a mistake there. Let's try this again. And bounce in this one. So next turn we can prime time. If we are live by next turn, of course. Which is not guaranteed. So at this point I put in my opponent like 100% on at least one Skullcrack. I suspect they do have at least one Skullcrack in their hand. And they were playing around Obstinate Baloth. No plays whatsoever. I did not expect that. Searing Blaze, there, okay. So they are still holding up Skullcrack, which makes sense. Still holding up Skullcrack. I think because of that, I want to Impulse first and see what I find off of this. Gemstone Mine is whatever. Play Giant here, name Giant. And I'm gonna play a second Azusa. This gives me another land drop, and this allows me to kill their Swift Spear. This might be bad if my opponent has exactly Boros Charm as well, but I need to have exactly Boros Charm plus like Skullcrack and whatever. And now I can block. And I can abrade the Swift Spear, kind of forcing the issue on my opponent. Nice. So they helix me, and I abrade the Swift Spear in response. So I'm still assuming they have Skullcrack in hand. At this point I'm putting them 100% on Skullcrack. But I just cannot play around that anymore. I need to cast my Amulet Titan. Yes. Okay, so I can get Tolere West and Radiant Fountain. This will force the Skullcrack out of my opponent's hand. But is there any way that I can fetch for Pact of Negation here? Now I'm 1 mana short of Pact of Negation. One mana short of Pact of Negation. Okay, so what can I do? Because they're gonna Skullcrack me and tap and shoot me with two things. That's what I think it's gonna happen. I don't think there's anything I can do really though. So there's a Skullcrack. Gonna go down to 4. Yeah. Play this, bounce this, and pass the turn. Hopefully they have like Path to Exiles and cards like that in their hand instead of full burn spells or creatures. If they have creatures, that would be great for me. I don't think that's the case though. I was not worried about hasting there. Alright, they do have a Path to Exile in hand. I feel very smart about not attacking with Azusa. Ensnare and Bridge. Yes! Yes! My opponent overboarded! Ah, this is so great. This is so great. I love it when my opponent's overboard. Now we actually have a chance. You see, my opponent for sure took out some creatures. For sure took out some dudes or burn spells. And they overboarded. Now that gives me a chance. So I'll get Tolaria and get Simic. Guess I'm gonna get Simic Growth. We can bounce this, and now we have 3 land drops, so Vesuva can copy this, bounce Fountain, and replay Fountain. And next turn I transmute for Rexage, blow up the bridge, and kill my opponent. Yeah. This is not a good card against us burn players. If you're playing burn and you're siding in Ensnaring Bridge against Amulet, you're not doing it right. One, 2, 3, 4. Even better, so now I can actually transmute for Pact of Negation, so Reflecting Palm doesn't get me. Oh my. Oh my. Yep. Destroy target artifacts. Still not attacking with Azusa. I'm gonna be winning the late game, I guess. So there's no need for me to go that way. I guess I can bounce Vesuva here. Because at this point I kind of want to play a Radiant Fountain. I guess it didn't matter. I have enough blue sources, I think. Yeah, I cannot transmute and play Veil off this turn. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. That should be game. Yeah, and Ensnaring Bridge is just not a card that burn players should bring against Amulet. I mean, I had so many answers to bridge to 2 or 4. I get this when I actually packed. Is this one I actually packed? Yep. I was drawing a bounce land, I guess, so I could tutor for yet another answer to bridge. I still had Rexage and I had Engineered Explosives. But yeah, my opponent lost that game because I would like to see how they sideboarded it, because if they took any burn spell for those Ensnaring Bridges, then they lost because of that. It's very, very easy for us to deal with Ensnaring Bridge. Especially when that's like the only card that we gotta deal with, right? Because when you're playing against Lantern... yep. Yeah, and every time I play against burn players or my LGS, and I see that they brought in like multiple paths and they took out like Rift Bolts and stuff, and I'm like, no. That's not how it works. You have to race me. If you don't race me in the late game, I am going to take control and your Ensnaring Bridge is going to be a dead card. Do you guys think we keep this one? Do you guys think this is a keep? Yeah, I've won countless games against Burn where I just never play Amulet and they have like 1 or 2 cards in hand. And I know for a fact that that's a Destructive Reverie because I've been at 2 for like, 2 or 3 turns and I'm just not dead. So that probably means that they have an Uncastable in hand. Okay, so here we play Snake on turn 1. Burn again? Next turn we play Amulet. So we can only make up to 5 mana, so this is not a turn 2 kill. this is not a turn 2 kill here. Well, when my opponent figures this... Oh, Cured Ape. You know what? Because my opponent is probably gonna be playing that stupid deck. Shaman is actually the correct one to name here. As you can see, Scout is a Shaman, so is Rex Sage. If we had Tireless Tracker in our deck, then the correct one to name would be Scout. This is a turn 3 kill, whether this Scout lives or not. So, just playing it out to give me more options. And even if my opponent like bolts this Scout, I am actually quite happy about that. This hand is pretty damn good though. This hand is pretty damn good. I really wish they play an Eidolon here. They play an Eidolon and I play a Rex Sage. That's a Gobo. Walking Ballista. You got it. Sick. We untapped. This is great. How's this one? Play second Amulet. And I actually think we can play Ballista on 2. We can trade with Gobo. So we can block Cured Ape and trade with Gobo. Yeah, I think this is probably good enough. Because I was thinking I can just like develop my mana and just play a Ballista on 1, which doesn't really do anything, it just chumps. But see, even if they kill my Scout, I still get to primetime them next turn, so I think it's better for me to do this. It turns off even more ways for them to kill me. Because I guess my opponent could be on the Burning Tree Emissary list or whatever. But yeah, this Ballista is just blocking the ape and just blowing up the guide. I know that my opponent can Atarka's Command and like save their guide. Another Amulet. But if they do that, then I'm actually happy because then my opponent is tapped out and I don't need to play around path or anything like that. I just Amulet them to my heart's content. Also, that means the Scout doesn't die. Which means I have... if I do the math correctly, I have a buttload of mana. Ping you for 1. Ping you for 1 again. Oh no! I just realized I played into Atarka's Command. It would be awful if you could save your Goblin guy right there, opponent. It would be so bad for me. It would be really bad for me. Just, yeah, awful. Not great. I love that there's another Amulet on top too. You know what? I'm kind of thinking I'm going to. I think my opponent is about to get triple Titans. Oh yeah, tap that white mana, opponent. Oh yeah, spend your lightning bolt killing my Scout, opponent. How could I ever win now, huh? How could I ever win? Whoops. Float. 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 And bounce. And cast this one. Opponent doesn't like fun. Opponent doesn't like fun. That's unfortunate. Baloth, please. Fire spout, yes please. Engineer explosives, yes please. Explorers, out of here. Bojuki Bog, out of here. One prime time, out. Probably Impulse, out. Walking Ballista, probably out. And Rex Sage probably out. I think on the blind I'll do this. I don't think my opponent's playing Eidolons. If they do, that's gonna be kind of punishing. But if they don't, it's fine. Okay, I'll be right back. So this matchup is a little bit different than Burn. They are way more creature centric, so that's why I'm actually bringing in the second explosives, while I don't against Burn. But explosives is way better in this matchup than against Burn, so that's why. Okay, so we have turn 3 Wrath of God. Is that enough on the draw? I think I'm gonna keep it. It might be a little bit too slow. It might be a little bit too slow. We'll see. Gobo. Give me some lands, Gobo. I guess that's a land. That's more lands. Sure. We might not have time to be doing this. If they play an Eidolon here, I'm gonna be a little bit sad. Tarmo. Uh-oh. I do not like the look of this at all. My opponent first, 10 war basic, turn 2 basic. What do you guys say it's the chance that my opponent is gonna be mooning us this turn? I would say it's pretty freaking high. Yes, the advantage to Impulse over Oath of Nisa is that it doesn't grow Goyf. Solaria West and what? And an Engineered Explosives. Okay, so they know about that explosives. It's kind of unfortunate that we cannot hold up explosives mana here. So we're just gonna do this. Done. We're gonna blow it up right now. That's a big Goyf. That's a big bad Goyf. So we're dead to Atarka's command here. I don't like the look of those basics though. Not only because they are like shitty basics. Come on, opponent, get some nice basics. M19 and Dominaria, really? Not only because of that, but because my opponent had 2 fetch lands, and he fetched basic into basic. And if you are in any way familiar with amulets, basic into basic makes all sorts of alarms go off. Okay. Can we afford to play it slow? Because what we can do here is we can Amulet, tap 3 mana, Pact for Azusa, extra land drop, make 2 more mana, extra land drop, make 2 more mana, explosives on 2, blow it up. The problem is also we have the blue pact. That's also a consideration. I guess we can E on 2 too. Yeah, that's probably better. That's just better probably. No need to play around the Azusa getting blown up. That's a rivalry right there. Alright. Explosives número 2. Yeah, I was like very skeptical about, you know, my amulet surviving that turn. Blood Moon? No, Bushwhacker. That's hilarious. Okay. Okay, my opponent, if they don't have the Blood Moon, it doesn't matter. I'm scared enough. If they are bluffing, that's a very, very good bluff on their side. And I'm gonna buy it. Shave on 1 pact, add the Rex Age. Alright, you got me, opponent. And I probably want Bog now that I know they are playing Goyfs. So Cavern can probably come out. Yeah, I guess. It's a little bit on the slow side. Okay. Not many options there, huh? Man, all of our blue sources enter the battlefield tapped. It kind of sucks a little bit. Yeah, maybe my opponent is just like protecting their life total, and that's why they fetch basics. But I just feel like the downside, if they just like Blood Moon me on turn 3 and I'm like completely naked to it, I feel like the downside is just so high. And like the worst case scenario is my opponent goes ahead and they, you know, I draw an amulet at some point. You know, that's the downside. I draw a Rex Age at some point, which is like a 2/1. Versus not being like straight out dead to Blood Moon. There's no way I'm playing explosives here. I am definitely what I'm trying to figure out is now I did draw another untap land, so I'm trying to figure out whether I want to play around stuff. And I think I probably don't. Just play the Simic Growth here, bounce, pass. Next turn I play Forest and play the explosives out. We need some help here though. If we keep drawing bad cards, we actually might get wrecked. BTE. Well, this could be very shitty for me. This is very shitty for me. That's so much damage. I need like a colony garden or something. Or amulet would be great. Just basic forest, sure. Okay. Explosives on one go. Playing around stuff, it's it's for cowards. Yeah, I guess. If you put it on such strong words. Yeah, I guess my opponent got me here. Where are my fire spouts? They're in, right? Yeah. I need some fire spouts. None of this explosives bullshit. Where are the spouts? Give me them spouts. Man, we're gonna lose to Zoo. Ugh, this feels so bad. Well, my opponent's taking their sweet ass time over there. How are they shorter on time than us? Are they double queuing? I mean, it doesn't seem like so. Alright. I'm gonna get my food going in the meantime. I just realized Bailoth would be an awesome draw too. Just saying. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna blow it up. Blow it up. F6. Take 4. Or you got some command action going on. If they command here, command is 4 damage. No, it's 5 damage. That's insane. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I go down to 2. So at that point, I'm kind of approaching the territory of, you know, Bailoth or bust. And actually, it's interesting, but I think that I should have played the Gemstone Mine last turn. Playing the Gemstone Mine would allow me to, in this coming turn, transmute for something like a Colony Garden or a Radiant Fountain, and play that as my land for turn if I don't find a Bailoth or a Pact. Yep, there's the Adventurous Impulse. I have no idea why that took 2 minutes for my opponent to decide, but there's the Adventurous Impulse. Bailoth. Bailoth. And Bailoth. And let's draw Bailoth. Pact would be okay too. Bailoth is better. Bailoth. I'm so sad. Maybe I should have mulliganed this hand, actually. Maybe I should have actually mulliganed this hand. I can transmute for nothing that stops these guys. I already used my land drop. No Asusa, no... I can transmute Impact for... Scout is the only thing I can cast. None of my lands do anything, except for adding mana. Yep, we're just dead. We are just dead. Man, losing to Zoo feels really bad. That's why you never look. That's why you never look. Ugh, man. Yeah, losing to Zoo feels very, very bad. The matchup is usually pretty good. It's probably even better than Burn, to be honest. They ruined our 5-0. Stupid wild Nacatls and shit. Yeah, maybe I should have just like just mulliganed that second hand. Maybe it was simply not good enough. So we have primetime mana, multiple ways of ramping and steerings. Sure. Ooh, are we playing against blue-white? Because that would be very interesting. We got our secret tech for the blue-white matchup over here. Woohoo! It's a pretty good draw. In the blue-white matchup, Tribe Scout is a more important card than Amulet. That's why I'm running this one out. Uh-oh. Sure. Really, are we gonna get paired against? In before Blood Moon. Not much we can do, really. Thought Scour? Okay, maybe a deck that runs Thought Scour does not have Blood Moon in the main, but they for sure have it in the board. Or maybe they have it in the main. Would you look at that? Rexage. Another Amulet. Sure. Second basic. Ballista, right? I can cast that one, I guess. Good old turn 3 Blood Moon game 1. Classic. Classic. Say what? Okay. Man, I miss the moto bug. Good old moto bug. I miss it. Crackling Drake. Modern staple right here. Harvest Fire X equals 2. Okay. So this is kind of like the Holy Diva deck, the blue, the thing in the ice deck or whatever. Anger of the Gods, sure. Main deck Anger, main deck Blood Moon. That's a real clock though. And Rexage. Sure. Guess we'll play another one of this. Pass it around. And Rexage. If we Rexage into Primetime and my opponent does not have a Bolt, we got a chance. Yes, they do have bolts. That is interesting. We just concede. This is not gonna get us out of this. Okay, another Rex Sage. Some Pierces. Rudik Thar for sure. We're gonna take out one pact. Bog seems insane. Maybe Ballista is not as good. Explorers out. One Primetime out. One Impulse out. Let's actually do... Let's actually do -1 land. Which land can we cut? I guess Colony Garden. My opponent will probably have flying threats, so Colony Garden is not gonna be blocking much. And let's draw a good hand here, shall we? Let's draw a good hand here. Come on, opponent. You and your blood moons stopping all the fun. To be fair, we would have had a really tough time either way. Con amor, niñita. ¿Qué haces, Iván? Let's bring the promised end. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. I'm starting to wonder whether Tormod's Crypt might actually be worth a slot. I suspect my opponent has Bedlam Reveler and stuff, but I don't know. Seems not worth it, really. Whoops. There we go. And good hand. No green source. I guess this is better. Not by much though. Not by much. That's a threat, but we're gonna try to hope to find that. We need bounce lands. We need so many things with this hand. We need a bounce land ASAP. That's #1 priority. Impulse has been pretty good. This is the worst possible draw imaginable. This is absolutely horrendous. That is so freaking bad. That is so freaking bad. Oh, we're gonna die. We're gonna freaking die. I'm so sad. Logic Knot is good to know about though. Logic Knot is very, very good to know about. My opponent showed me main deck Anger too, so I'm definitely going to be playing around that one. And I guess that one will come in handy at some point, maybe. If my opponent doesn't slam a Blood Moon next turn. Maybe they will kill this? No. Yeah, we're just dead. We are just dead. 65 TV. The Impulse has been very, very good actually. Alright, that means no sweeper at least. But that means Blood Moon. Yep. No, Electrolyze. Whoo. I'm still feeling very dead. Still feeling very, very dead. That's the Drake. That one's not bad. Alright, any untap / bounce land is good. Man, it's so bad when they tap out for this like crappy threat, and then we cannot punish them with a prime time. It just feels awful. And there she is. There she is. I don't think we're winning if my opponent untaps, so I'm just gonna play this. Sage. I imagine they have a mana leak. Okay. I'm gonna play this and hold up Scout just so they cannot, like, you know, cryptic bounce one of my forests and I just die. So I take 5 here. It's looking pretty bad. Electrolyze, I die, sure. Okay. 65 TB. Thank you very much for that subscription. Oof, that amulet though. Running hot here, boys. Alright, we can update those subs to 2. And this is lethal, right? Alright, so we died to Blood Moon, which is to the surprise of nobody. We died to Blood Moon. Alright, a 4-1 and a 3-2. How do we even call my opponent's deck there? Blue, red, Drake Moon, I guess. Yeah, that's like whatever. Okay, thoughts on the list. Impulse was way better than I expected. Not even gonna lie. It was legit really good. It was legit really good. Having one less land was also pretty nice. Because it allowed us to have, like, you know, more threats, and Impulse sometimes found it sometimes found lands, and it sometimes, I remember one time it found a ballista that was very huge. Another time it found a Tolera West, then we transmuted for a prime time. So it's kind of like a modal spell of sorts. Still, what is very important to note though is that the mana is not free. Like, actually spending the 1 green mana was not free, and there were a couple of turns where it offset us a little bit. So that's the thing. What we have to consider though is that these impulses are the third Explorer, the Grove / Botanical Sanctum / Fourth Forest, whatever you want, and the other card is the main deck Cornet Queen that I was running. So I guess those are the 3 things that we should need to consider. You know, what if this card had been, you know, an Explorer or whatever? It would be nice to have like multiple arts of this, so we could kind of like, you know, make the assumption based on what would have happened if the card that we were playing were that specific card. but still, I think in most cases it was actually really good. I think in most cases it was actually pretty good. What else? Emrakul was fun. We literally did not, in 10 matches, we did not get paired against. I guess we got paired against the control deck once, and it basically shut the door, even though she was countered and it didn't do anything. In that sense, we basically shut the door to my opponent. We were able to see what their game plan was. We Emrakul them, and they had a Blood Moon in play, and they had like a Remand and a Through the Breach and a land. Okay, so what we were able to do is we were able to just waste the Through the Breach to basically make it so my opponent could not beat my board, right? I then untapped, I saged the moon, they remanded it, and I just saged the moon again. And that was it. After that, I played Primetime, and the game was over. But it was cool that to have that thing, to have that option over there. Because if I had not Emrakul, then probably my opponent would have been able to Through the Breach us and kill us with an Emrakul, which we would have not been able to beat. So in that sense, it was cool, and I'm definitely down to keep trying it out. It did seem unnecessary. It seemed pretty good against Tron, actually. We were unlucky, and my opponent like thought knotted away on turn 4 or 5 or something, so we were not able to cast it against Tron. But honestly, it would have been insane against Tron if we had gotten there. And we were put into a position where we had like a lot of mana in our side, but we just did not have any more threats, and we had one of the craziest top deck war with my opponent. It was very interesting. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. If you guys have not hit that follow button yet, you can do that. And you can get notified whenever I go live. If you want to join the Amulet Discord, you can do that with that link over there. If you want to check out any of this or any of my previous streams, I always upload them to my YouTube channel. You can go in there, and everything is timestamped, so you can go straight to whichever match you want to see. Just go to the description, and you'll find all the match listing in there, and you can choose which match you want to go check out. Then I also have a Twitter right there. You can follow me, and I post whenever I go live, I will post something about it, and I will share which decks we're gonna be playing and whatnot. And also, if you want to support me, you can do so by subscribing to the channel, and you get access to this Primetime emote right here. It's pretty sweet. And also, you can donate to the channel if you feel very, very generous and you really enjoy the content that I create. Also, if any donation of $12 or more, if you want to see any deck, or if you want to if you want me to try anything in a Primetime shell with like with amulets, or any deck that you might want to see, we can play it on stream as well. We will run it through a league. And that's about it for me. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow. We will probably have a music stream. And yeah, hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. See you soon. Bye bye.